We're never doing that again.
Don't sleep. Don't sleep, baby. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yo, what's that mean?
This is 64, right?
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 64 of the Good Point Bro podcast.
My name is Kay, and this is my little bro Cam.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep, baby. I don't know if that was supposed to be a real intro or not, but that's
Yeah,
one
we'll
of
take it.
probably like 4 intros ever where
That
it
I've
wasn't
done
me.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't me.
You were taking kind of long, so I just wanted to.
I was just getting
get it
prepped and ready.
going.
I was trying to get in the right headspace. As you guys know, I have that Mamba mentality. Cameron's not used to that, so I was just getting into the right mode,
I don't
right
have to
headspace.
get out of it
And
because I'm
then-
always in mama mentality. I never get out of that headspace.
Nah, that's what losers say. Never have to get ready if you stay ready.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a joke.
No.
That's a joke. It's called the on and off switch.
When I enter this room for the podcast, I'm already in mama mentality. I don't have to warm up nothing. Once I walk through that door,
Nah.
I'm
What I do is
ready to go.
I sit down in the chair, put the mic right in front of my face, and then I just visualize episodes for hours and hours. Just visualize episodes.
What, like you're Doctor Strange? And
No,
it's
it's like Kobe.
Infinity War.
Kobe
with the
would,
time
Kobe
stone?
would visualize
You're just
game
like
winners.
Episode number 1,000. Yeah. All right.
It's like, but no, I was saying like Kobe visualized game winners like that. He visualized like people
Well,
in the
that
stands.
dude that was in
countdown.
jail and visualized playing golf every single day, then went out when he got out of the jail. He shot par.
Yeah, I saw that. Who? Like,
Josh
who said
told
that?
you that, right? Or did you
Mm.
tell Josh that?
I didn't tell.
I just
Josh.
heard you and Josh talking about it. So,
Oh, I just saw it on
but
TikTok.
the dude, like, explain what happened.
The dude was in jail for like 10 years, and every single day he'd visualize a whole 18-hole course that he used to play on. So he'd visualize hole 1, 2, and go, and then he went, after he got out of jail, went straight to that course and shot par.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because it's the power of the
That
mind.
just goes to show when you visualize it,
It'll happen.
it
1 million
will give you.
subscribers.
It's a mental rep. Learn that playing baseball.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, welcome to Good Point Bro Podcast. We're going to get right into it today. We're getting right into it. As you guys know, that's what we like to do around here is get right into things. First 3-minute topic. As you guys know, we go in increments of 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Today we only have 3 and 10. As if you guys look at that bar scrolling on the bottom of your screen, you'll see each individual topic.
Please
topic is
like,
gonna be that
comment,
10.
and subscribe.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. We know you guys
Good
are
point,
going to
bro.
love today's episode. So after this one, just go ahead and watch every single one. There's 63 others. They're all
It's a
about
lot. There's
between
a lot
30
of
minutes and an hour.
content.
So just keep watching
It's
them.
about 30 hours.
Yeah. You'll learn stuff about the beginning of the NBA season.
Yeah. You'll learn about, hey, he picked the Heat to win.
I did in September.
And I said he was stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But who
whatever.
did that? Who picked
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
All right, anyway. First 3-minute topic, and we're going to start this right now. All right, LeBron is 38 years old. He's inevitably going to retire soon. When he does, who is your face of the NBA?
The face of the NBA is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I feel like unless Jokic wins this year, he's still the best player in the world. And he's big, athletic. He's going to be here for a while. I feel like people really like him because he's really humble. And I feel like people relate to him. Like you see these guys with big egos like Braun, Kobe, Jordan. The other faces of the league, they were huge ego guys. Giannis is really humble. Like last year, he called Steph the best player in the world. He's called LeBron the best player in the world. He's never come out and said, I'm the best player in the world. And I feel like people like that. And they're looking for a guy in the NBA who's humble and not like everybody else in the NBA. So I feel like he differs from everybody else.
Yeah, I can see that. For me, though, I think
They're trying to make it
there's
Jokic,
a thing
man.
about
You see how much they're pushing Jokic right now?
Yeah, I think that might be like that whole small market like
Yeah.
dilemma. But I think that the face of the NBA directly goes to Steph Curry as soon as LeBron retires. Once Steph retires, maybe it goes to somebody else. But Steph is a little bit more polarizing than these guys. If you look at a lot of the other faces of the NBA, LeBron was pretty polarizing, Kobe polarizing, and then Jordan. The guys that are just like really, really likable guys usually don't end up being the face.
That's
And,
Steph,
and
though.
it's just kind of how it is. So, but I
Steph
think,
is
but I
likable.
think Steph. A lot of people didn't like the Warriors and didn't want them to win during their runs,
How about this,
during their
though?
dynasties.
You know why Steph is as popular as he is? Because LeBron James. He was in the league with LeBron James, and LeBron James played him in every single finals. So that created a rivalry. So everybody who was a fan of LeBron didn't like Steph Curry. That's the only reason why Steph was polarizing. Steph is one of the most likable guys in the NBA. I don't like Steph Curry. You know why? Because I'm a LeBron fan. It has nothing to do with Steph's personality. There's nothing you can actually dislike about Steph.
So maybe this then.
So when LeBron leaves, Steph is gone.
You're saying that if they retire,
they're
at the same
a
time?
package deal, bro.
No,
Once Steph, no, I'm saying once, because one, they're only 3 years apart from age. So let's say LeBron plays for 2 or 3 more years, plays a year with Bronny. Steph's now 38. He cannot be the face of the league after that because he's gonna be way out of his prime, probably on the brink of retirement. There is
and
no
so will
way.
KD.
And so KD will never be the face of the NBA. Never.
Okay.
Man said it himself that he doesn't want to be a leader. You can't not be a leader of the team and be the face of the league. It's going to be between Jokic and Giannis. We'll just see what happens. But they're trying to push Jokic hard right now on ESPN if you're watching, which, I mean, makes sense because he's a all-time great already. But Jokic, I mean, I don't see him being the face because I don't see his personality. I think he's just like a dude that comes in and balls. And he's like from a small town, doesn't talk much.
Yeah, I don't see Jokic being
He's not a showman for real. But like he'll have to do more stuff like shove the Suns owner.
Yeah.
I feel like to be the face of the league, he'll be like a villain a little bit.
I think actually now that we've talked about it a little, and we're going a little bit over in time, but I think actually that we talked about it a little bit, once LeBron James does retire, I don't know if there even is a face in the NBA. Because the face of the NBA traditionally comes from large market teams. They're polarizing. They bring in the most money. They're like a Conor McGregor to the UFC. Like, all their primetime games are going to be on TV. I don't know if there's a guy like that. Like,
but there has to be.
There
has to be, though. Because, look, you had Magic and Bird. Then it transferred to Jordan. Then it transferred to Kobe, Duncan a little bit. Then it transferred to Bron. Or like Shaq, Kobe, and Duncan. They were the 3 that carried. So maybe it's something like Giannis, Jokic, and like someone else. Steph for a little bit. There's 3 guys because it was Duncan, Kobe,
That's what
and
I mean.
Shaq.
So there might end up
Bron.
just being multiple guys that
But for the NBA
regions
to flourish,
of the country like gather around or whatever.
Yeah, because it's such a global game now. But there has to be a torch pass because that's how the NBA
I don't know if
flourishes
there does.
because they're such a star league. Yes,
I think,
it does. That's
okay,
why
I'll put it this way. I think before the league needed somebody like a Michael Jordan to light the lamp for people that weren't NBA fans to start watching the NBA and be like, what is this greatness that's going on in the NBA?
Like a Tiger
I
Woods
think
to
the
golf.
NBA is so big now that there might not have to be a face. Like, I think in the NFL, a lot of times there's not a face of the NFL because there's so many people around the country that already love the NFL regardless of what player is number one. So,
I agree
so
because
even if
listen to
Jokic is...
this, because in the Super Bowl, when Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes played each other in 2021, everybody's like, this is going to be the most watched Super Bowl ever. It was just like another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was, and you would think that would have been the most watched. That would be like if Jordan and LeBron played against each other if it was Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. And it wasn't the most watched Super Bowl ever. It wasn't even top 5. It was just like 102 billion or a million.
Yeah.
So like the NFL, then if you're saying like the product
is getting better.
Yeah, that's true. But I still
there
but
might
the
just be
NBA is
multiple.
such a star-driven league. It's
You're right,
not
though.
Like,
And
it's not like the
and
NFL.
it's actually, it might just be something that's kind of scary about the NBA. It's like another reason like the NBA probably really doesn't want LeBron to retire because there isn't a clear guy. Because if you think about it, all those guys that you named, Jordan passed it to Kobe. They overlap. Kobe to LeBron, they overlap. LeBron to who? Steph is way too old.
Too close to him. In
Yeah,
age,
he's too close to him in age. So who is the guy that LeBron passes that torch to? That's a young upcoming guy that people see greatness out of. Because I mean,
Luka's got to get more playoff success, so we haven't seen that yet. They thought it was going to be Zion.
They thought it was going to be the closest has got to be Jason Tatum.
No, they thought it would. No, I'm saying they thought it was going to be Zion. He got
Yeah.
insane press, and then he's like flamed out. Who knows? Ja Morant, look at what's going on in his life.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's got to be.
look, like the NBA is in trouble right now.
Yeah.
With that.
And I think they were close because I think if Tatum actually would have found a way to win the East and win the finals, it might have been
No,
Jason
that'd have been
Tatum.
huge. They wanted the Celtics to go because one, the Boston Celtics, one of the biggest brands in basketball. You have Tatum. You have a fun young team. There is no like the Heat are like the bad boy Pistons right now. They're crashing the NBA's plans.
Yeah, I agree.
Because even if it was Bucks Nuggets, the finals would be watched more. But nobody knows who's on the Heat. Like nobody knows who is on the Heat besides people who actually watch. I'm saying like the borderline guys.
Sorry that we doubled up on that one. We went 6 minutes, but We're going to move over into our yeah, that was a good topic. Sure. All right, we're going to move over into our next 3-minute topic. This one is going to be the duos in the NBA. So, are Jokic and Jamal Murray officially the best duo in the NBA?
Yeah, I think they are, because if you listen, JJ Redick was talking about on First Take, they complement each other better than any other duo. Like LeBron and AD, I thought that they were, because they complement each other really well with the lobs and everything, and they just played off each other well. But now they're both, LeBron's out of his prime, AD can't stay healthy. People say Tatum and Brown, but they are literally two-way players. They don't actually complement each other's games. They're the exact same players. Jamal Murray and Jokic with their pick and roll, I mean, they complement each other so well. And if you watch them, their chemistry, they've been playing together for like 6-7 years now. Their games just feed off each other so well. Yeah. I think better than anybody else in the NBA. And Booker, KD, maybe talent-wise is better, but they haven't played together enough, and we haven't seen them in many games together. So
it's got to be Jokic and
it's got to be.
I agree with that.
Really no argument.
And I think I'm at a point where I can officially say, based on really that and more, but I think I'm at a point where I can officially say that Nikola Jokic is tied for me with Hakeem Olajuwon as the most skilled center in the history of basketball. Right now, I think they're 1A, 1B.
To me,
Hakeem
it's Jokic. It's got to be Jokic, because Hakeem was crazy athletic. He was a freak of nature. He's the only player to get like a quadruple double and got it 4 times because of how much of a freak he was on defense too. Jokic can't play defense, and Hakeem could because of his athleticism.
I mean, if you say offensive skill,
all of Jokic's skill or all of Jokic's game is skill. That's it. There's no athleticism. There is nothing. He's built like Jello. All he can do is skill. If you watch when he went coast to coast, you saw that? Yeah. He was literally dribbling the whole time with his left hand. Most point guards can't do that in the NBA, and there's a 7-foot center that can't jump on a curb that can do that. That's insane.
That Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah. His whole game is skill. I've never seen someone. He just goes in and goes like, and it goes in every single time. Yeah. He doesn't even do layups right. He doesn't do like finger rolls. He just does like little hook shots here and there. Every single layup. It makes no sense. His whole game is skill. Nobody, no center in the history of the NBA, not Hakeem, not Shaq, not anyone, is as skilled as Nikola Jokic. He is the most skilled center.
That's good stuff. All right, we'll move over into our next 3-minute topic. Yeah, we're not doing that. All right, we're gonna move over.
But before we move over, I just want have you ever seen someone that is close to the basket that can hit shots like that? I've never seen anything
that can hit shots the way he does.
Stupid, yeah.
And every shot he puts up looks so slow, but it's methodical. But it looks just so slow that it should be blocked.
Yeah,
it looks like they'll block that,
so
and then it's like
And he also he's super underratedly strong.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's really strong. All right, we can move on now.
All right, our next topic. It seems like reports are coming out early today that Kyrie Irving is actually trying to recruit LeBron to Dallas rather than Kyrie come to LA. I don't think there's a shot. There's not a snowflake shot in hell that happens.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Because, listen, Bronny is going to USC. LeBron has all his business and everything in LA. He loves to be in LA. His family likes to be in LA. And I don't think he's going to want that. I don't even know if that's a championship team. Kyrie, Luka, and Bron. Like, I don't know how that fits. What would fit if Kyrie came to the Lakers and it was Bron, Kyrie, and AD. That would make way more sense than Luka, Bron, and Kyrie. That just makes no sense. And Kyrie's delusional if he thinks he has a chance to get LeBron to leave, especially with how Kyrie is and how flaky he is to leave LA and come to the Dallas Mavericks. That's just
insane. The only thing I can think of is that
Kyrie would have to take a massive pay cut.
Kyrie must really like ownership and management in Dallas. Like, he must actually like Mark Cuban and stuff.
But and LeBron would have to take a massive pay cut. Not saying he wouldn't do that because he's already made.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah, he's a billionaire. But if anybody's taking a pay cut, it should be Kyrie coming to the Lakers. That should be the pay cut. Yeah. Not LeBron going to Dallas.
Or LeBron taking a pay cut so Kyrie can.
Yeah, get a max.
It's such a funny thing because you don't see that much in the NBA. It feels like you don't see players taking pay cuts like that. In the NFL, it's almost impossible not to. Yeah. Now, obviously, it seems like Patrick Mahomes can just win with any wide receiver, so it doesn't really matter. But other players, and I actually, not to change the subject too hard, but I actually think that's a trend that you're about to see in the NFL is the Chiefs are going to sign somebody that's just a mediocre wide receiver like Juju or something, and Pat Mahomes is going to make them so good they're going to get paid elsewhere, and then they'll just bring in another mediocre wide receiver.
That's like what we were talking about with LeBron and that old Cavs team. I
Matty?
mean, Timothy Mozgov got a $64 million 4-year contract. Dellavedova got a good contract.
That happened to
All
Harrison
those
Barnes
guys
on the
got crazy
Warriors,
contracts.
Though. Remember? The Warriors 73-9
and then
Harrison
the Mavericks
Barnes.
gave him a big bag. So, yeah. But Harrison Barnes, I mean, yeah.
He missed that 3 for the Kings to win the game against the Warriors.
Yeah, he's just opposite of clutch.
Yeah. It was a brick, wide open.
I think it was at one point where he made like 1-3 the whole 2016 finals. He was rough that series.
Yeah, that's
really bad.
That's hard.
But yeah, I feel like that's why I respected James Harden so much because he took a pay cut in Philly. But I mean, James Harden.
But he knew he wasn't worth.
Dude thinks that the grass is greener on the other side everywhere he goes. Like I heard there was reports that like he doesn't know if he wants to be back at Philly. Bro, just grind it out. There's nowhere else for you to go now unless you just go back to the Rockets. You have your best chance to win a title in Philly. I mean, Daryl Morey. Nick Nurse is gonna be a good coach. Just stay there. It makes no sense. The grass is not greener anywhere else in the league. You're in a good situation.
Yeah,
we can just win the game.
That's not on your bar, guys, but I guess we'll get into that. Yeah, his best chance to win a title is in Philadelphia.
Because where else is he going to go? Like the Lakers, and they'd have to trade or no? Is he a free agent?
No, he just signed an extension that you.
Yeah,
just
he's not. Yeah, he's his best opportunity is in Philly. There's no doubt about it. What they got to do is to realize, listen, we have what it takes to win a title. We just got to come up clutch. There's nothing else you can add. I mean, Tobias Harris, good 18-point scorer. Tyrese Maxey, he's only going to get better. Joel Embiid, he's NBA MVP. And then you have James Harden. You got PJ Tucker and a pretty solid bench. I mean, there's nothing else you can add to the Sixers for them to get over the hump. They just have to do it. They have the talent.
Yeah, I agree.
They had Boston up 3-2.
Yeah, they did. With a win without Embiid.
Yeah, and easily could have won Game 6.
And got absolutely.
You didn't take advantage of Jason Tatum going over 10 in the first half.
They got that's actually, this kind of naturally puts us over into the Heat a little bit, but the fact that the Sixers got absolutely obliterated in Game 7. So I think personally that the Miami Heat are the best coached team in the entire NBA. They have the most perseverance in the NBA. They have the most tenacity and perseverance of any team in the NBA. They've outscored the Nuggets by 20 and they've outscored the Nuggets by 20 in the fourth quarter of both games. So, like combined, 60-40. So the fact that they come out in every fourth quarter, regardless of win or loss, because they lost Game 1, won Game 2, and they're able to put up scores like that just because they have the perseverance to put themselves in a good situation every single game against any opponent is unbelievable. And it's something that the Heat culture was instilled in this way in the organization before Jimmy Butler got there. I do think he magnified it, but it's something that Jimmy Butler, I think, tried to put in Minnesota and Philadelphia, and obviously those players folded under the pressure, and it seems like Miami is magnified, exemplified by this culture that Jimmy Butler wants to instill in the organization. And to me, it just shows what players actually want to win. Like, if you want to win, you rally behind a guy like Jimmy Butler. The Timberwolves folded under that. The Philadelphia 76ers folded under that, and look at the success that they've had since. Philadelphia's never made it past the second round, and Minnesota's won a single play-in game, acts like it was the finals. So,
yeah, when Pat Bev was like, we go into the playoffs. Like looking at the crowd, we go into the no, but I respect Miami Heat a lot because they do not listen to any of the critics at all. You know what the Miami Heat are going to do? They're going to show up and they're going to do what they do every single game, regardless of win or loss. And you saw it in the Celtics series. The Celtics would go on these crazy runs, 70-2, 15-0, and they would just keep playing and playing, and it demoralized the Celtics because the game would be close by the fourth quarter, and the Heat then would prevail because they are a great fourth quarter team. They just do the same. They don't let anything get in their brain.
Yeah.
Nobody lives in their head.
Yeah.
They just do what they do every single game. And
I think people
and that's why you got to be a great team to beat them because you got to keep coming, or they're going to keep coming and coming and coming.
Yep.
And you have to just hold your ground against a team like
that. And people that played basketball understand like how it feels to, or any sport really, but basketball specifically, to dominate a game and then lose like that. Yeah. Like it's pretty demoralizing when you're winning the whole game from start to finish, and then some random thing happens in the fourth. They go on a 15-0 run. Next thing you know, you're down 5 and you're freaking fouling so that they can get free throws while you're trying to get 3-pointers on the other side.
And the Nuggets just look rough in that fourth quarter.
It's a rough feeling.
The Nuggets just looked so rough in that fourth quarter because they were so shell-shocked. They did not get into their offense quick enough during that fourth. Every single possession was going down to the shot clock. They were just shooting bad shot after bad shot. They looked like, holy crap, I just got punched in the mouth. And they have not looked like that the whole playoffs.
No.
If you've watched them, they have looked super comfortable. Every single situation against the Suns, against the Lakers, against the Timberwolves, they looked like, wow, I cannot believe they just went on the run. And they got caught watching the game last night in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So they can't do that again. And I'm sure that they'll turn around. They have a good coach who talks a lot of trash. He gets on my nerves, man. Mike Malone, he talks so much trash. He needs to shut up, win the title, and then start talking. But they I'm sure they'll bounce back, but they looked like they got punched in the mouth and didn't know what to do.
And I do want to say this about Jimmy Butler because I know that you were saying and others that his offensive numbers are down. But ever since the Celtics series, he's guarded the other team's main guy. And if you notice,
not game one,
Jamal
though,
Murray,
though.
Right, but they switched him to him, and then he had 18.
He went 3 for 8 against Jimmy, and then 2 for 8 against Caleb
Martin.
So I'm saying, that's good, but like Jimmy's got to play better because they're gonna need games where Jimmy needs to have a very efficient night and drop 35 to 40 points. That's just gonna happen. He's not doing it right now. I don't know what's going on in his head, but he's not being aggressive. He's not being aggressive at all.
On both, he's playing both sides of the floor more than anybody else on the court.
Okay, but that's not Caleb Martin held Jamal Murray for 2 for 8, and we know that Jamal Murray has cold.
I think 5 of those were 3-pointers.
When Jamal Murray's on, it doesn't matter. I don't care who's guarding him. It could be Giannis. It could be anybody who's the best defender in the NBA. They're not going to stop him. I don't care if it's Jimmy Butler.
Stopping Jamal Murray?
We know when he's on, there's nobody that can stop him.
He'll stop him.
Jamal Murray is super inconsistent. He just had a bad game. I mean, that's good defense or whatever, but I still think that that Jimmy Butler has to play better on offense for them to have a chance to win this series. He's got to. Because, listen, they shot 49% for 3, made like 17 threes. That's not going to be every single game, even though the Heat shoot well. It's not going to be every game.
Because it seems like no matter who's up,
they didn't shoot good.
It doesn't matter who's down, somebody else is up.
They didn't shoot good game 1.
And they flipped the switch. Now they're going back home.
I know.
Where every role player plays better, and you know that.
And the Nuggets play well on the road.
Role players.
And the Nuggets play good on the road, too.
They were undefeated at home till last night.
I know, but they were due for a loss at home. They're not a great enough team.
They were due for a loss, period. They'd won 7 straight games.
They're not good enough to be undefeated at home. They're not a good enough.
They're
not a great enough.
Because they won 2 against the Suns and then 4 against the Lakers and then 1 so 7. So 7 straight.
During that game, though, watching when the Nuggets were just in control, I'm like, dude, the Nuggets are just a great team.
They are. They're a championship team.
Yeah, they're a championship team. They're better than the Warriors were last year, I'd say. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Warriors would win in a 7-game series last year.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think the Nuggets have a chance.
Sad about the Lakers.
I think if we look at it in hindsight in the next 5 years, how good these players are going to become, we're going to be like, wow, that's one of the greatest teams maybe in the last 20 years.
They don't do that with the Celtics team that LeBron beat in 7 games. They talk about how that team wasn't good.
Now they will. Like I'm saying in hindsight, like 10 years from now, they're like, that team had Tatum and Brown and Mark Smart and Al Horford and whatever. But if you look at it, if you actually look at it in context, then that team was actually pretty good because they had Terry Rozier, who just went on a straight tear that year. If you remember, because they had IT. Terry Rozier was the backup point guard that year.
And they didn't have IT. They had Kyrie.
No, I know, but I'm saying that the year before they had Terry Rozier was on the bench for IT, and he was doing super good. And then that next year when Kyrie got hurt and Terry was in the starting lineup, he was like a borderline all-star.
And then they traded him for
Then he got a bag for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he got a bag from Charlotte.
Maybe, but he got traded there for Kemba.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Scary Terry.
If you actually look at context in a lot of these years, there's just a bunch of basically like no-name players that play super good that you don't even know.
Which I think.
And that's going to happen with the Heat too. Because you're going to look at all these Heat teams the Heat roster if they win, and you're like, who is Caleb Martin, Max Struss, Kevin Love's 38? And you're going to be like, how did this team win? But if you actually watch the games, they're all playing like all-stars. And they're just playing like the best chemistry team in the whole NBA.
So I guess that it looks like, and not to change subjects too hard, but Tyler Hero still experiencing soreness after shooting drills today. So I don't know if that means he's not going to play game 3. I don't know if they even need him, but
I think he'll definitely help coming back. But I would just,
he's coming off the bench.
I would have him sit game 3 if he's still fatigued, and then try game 4. And then if you go a situation where you're down 2-1, then bring him back for sure for some like desperation type stuff.
Yeah, I mean you want to be careful with it to some extent, but who knows if you're in the finals again? Like he might never. Like the finals are a tricky thing because he might never be in the finals again for the rest of his entire career.
Yeah,
and that's something that you have to
100%.
think about as a player too. Like if I'm him, I'm feeling a little bit of soreness. I might never play in the finals.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
But he
played
also
in
is probably
2020,
thinking, dude,
but-
I don't want to be a detriment to the team. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely a balancing act.
100%.
But if he's bricking it, then yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But if he thinks
Because
he
it's a
can shoot
shooting
all
hand,
right,
right?
it is. Otherwise, I bet he'd be back for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure he'd be back if it wasn't shooting.
I mean, he had surgery.
But Tyler Hero is a baller, son. If he could give you another 18 points a game,
Yeah.
that'd be huge.
Well, not only that,
I'll
he's
look at
actually
that.
he's
I
a
would
pretty good
look at
distributor
that.
too.
Yeah, he's a good playmaker, honestly, for Jimmy too. I would look at this series completely different if they're like, listen, Tyler Hero's coming back. He's fully healthy. I'd be like, oh, the Nuggets are in trouble, man. Like, for real.
So he's averaging 25 and 4 this year.
Yeah. What is he shooting from three? Is he shooting 40%?
Yeah, probably 40, 39%.
But yeah, dude, if they got
39.
Tyler Hero healthy, this series is completely different in my eyes. 'Cause that's like another 15 to 20 a game.
Oh wait, that's the wrong year. He is shooting 38. He's he's averaging the most assists for his career.
No, he's
just
more than
under the
just a
most
shooter
points for
now.
his
He
career, most
he has
rebounds
a
for his
really good
career.
handle on him, and he has good passing.
He's shooting the highest percent of his career from just the field.
Yeah.
Started 67 games and played in 67 games. So I think that would be a huge addition to the team. We got one more topic under that. And this one's going to be, is Jimmy Butler a top 10 player in the NBA?
I mean, you got to say after these playoffs that he is. I mean, he's shown it in multiple playoffs that he can carry a team to the finals. And listen, if you carry a team to the finals, you're usually a top 5 player in the NBA. So I honestly don't know. You can make an argument how he's not top 10. Now, the thing with Jimmy is I feel like when you see a lot of players, a lot of the elite players have bad games, they still like have like 24, 8, and 7, like a LeBron. Like when he has off games like that.
Don't compare him
But
to LeBron.
when Jimmy Butler has bad games, bro, I swear they're the worst stat lines you'll ever see in your life. It'll be like 10, 12 points, 5 for 15. Like, dude, he's got to be able to affect the games in different ways when he's not having a good game.
He does it defensively, and it doesn't show
I
up in the
mean,
stat box.
whatever. I mean, he's just got to have better. He's got to have better games like when he's not on.
He had 21, 9, and 4 last night, and you're on his case.
I don't know, man. Yeah, because everybody else picked him up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not too worried about him. I'll put it this way. If I had 3 players,
I mean, I'm saying he's top 10 though. For
If
sure
I
he's
had
top
three-
10. I don't even know how you can make an argument. That he's
if I
not.
had to put a top 3 players to pick in a Game 7 situation, I'm putting Jimmy Butler in my top 3.
Right now in the NBA,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
If I'm picking players for Game 7, Jimmy Butler's in there.
I would go if I'm picking players for a game 7. Give me Jokic, Giannis, and Braun. And no,
I don't want Giannis.
hey, no, what you pick Jimmy over Steph?
I put
You
Jimmy
pick Jimmy over Tatum?
over Tatum for sure.
Why?
Steph's close.
Why? Tatum has like the statistically best game 7s.
At home.
Bro, I'm not picking. I'm not picking.
not-
We overrate, bro. This is the thing that Jimmy Butler does to our brains. He goes to the post-game conference. He's like, listen, we're going to get this done no matter what. And we're like, oh, my gosh, dude.
And then
it's
he does.
determination. No, he does not. He's never even won a finals.
He's been
We
to 2.
overrate this
He's
man.
the most successful player in the East of any player.
Listen,
Pick another player more successful in the East.
We're not giving
over the last 4
we're not
years.
giving the Miami Heat enough credit. We're just giving it to Jimmy Butler. We're not giving it to the others who have picked him up consistently. Okay, they were saying they can
Tatum
make
has Jalen Brown who drops 35 every other night.
They were that's cap. Jalen Brown played so bad in this. Did you watch
Just in this postseason.
Did you watch the Celtics Heat? I just want to
Just
talk
in that
about.
series.
Did you watch the Celtics?
Before
Heat
that,
series?
he was shooting
Kai,
57%.
Did you watch this? Did you watch the Celtics Heat series? He averaged like 17 and shot 40%. Could have hit a 3 to save his life. Jimmy Butler had Caleb Martin drop 26 in the game 7. Arguably, that MVP could have went to him instead
No.
of Jimmy Butler. It is
Arguably
about the
couldn't have.
others right now. I'll give you this. He carried the Heat in that Milwaukee series.
Don't say this.
And then he closed a couple games, but it's been about the others for the Heat. We overrate what Jimmy Butler does.
No, we don't.
Overrate what he does.
We don't. We're not even. No, we do not.
Picking him in a game 7.
The year he got there in 2020, everyone said, "Why would he go to the Heat? What do they have? Why did he go?" And then he took him to the freaking finals. That's how big of a difference he makes to the others. They were freaking a 500 team when he got there. Everyone was like, "Why would he go there? Because he's leaving Philly." And then he took him to the finals. It's a terrible take.
And then he lost in the first round the next year.
And then he went to the Eastern Conference Finals. And what do you do the next year? Went to the finals again.
Yeah.
He's the most successful player in the East in the last 4 years.
We're overrating him right
We're
now.
not overrating Jack.
He's not a top. That's not who I want in a game 7, like top 3 wise. I want him in a game 7.
He's
But
2-1 against the Boston team you want.
Who are you picking for your 3 players in a game 7?
I'm picking Jokic, Jimmy Butler, and either LeBron or Steph. LeBron's getting older. One of the two. And I don't even know about Steph. I don't even know if he's been. Steph, name Steph's game 7s, please.
He just dropped 50.
Yeah, that's the only one. Please name another one.
He doesn't go to game 7.
Yeah,
he
that's what I
doesn't go
thought.
to game 7.
Because the others.
He had a good game 7 against.
How did he do it? Game 7 against the Cavaliers when he would break the last 5
when
shots.
He was 25 years old. Listen, hold on. First of all, don't ever compare Steph and Jimmy Butler out of your mouth. Never say those two names.
I'm saying
out of your
game
mouth.
7.
Listen to me. He had a good game 7 against the Houston Rockets in 2018. He's had some great playoff moments, dude. Stop it. He just dropped 15 in game 7 against the Kings. Steph is in his bag right now.
And Jimmy Butler still had the greatest performance of this playoffs. And Jimmy Butler still had the greatest performance of this playoffs, even with that.
No, Tatum did against the Sixers, probably.
No, he didn't.
He dropped 51 in a game 7, bro.
And his whole team blew them out of the water.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
And Embiid sucks. If he had done that against the Heat, yeah, that'd be the best.
He has arguably one of the best performances. He's arguably the best. It's Steph.
He would be
It's Steph, Tatum, and listen, they needed every single bucket from Steph that night against the Sacramento Kings, bro. Come on.
You think that the Heat didn't?
No, I know, but that was to go. That was for the series to tie 2-2. I'm talking about. Listen,
Steph's played 5 game 7s.
That was a game 7, not to just go up 3-1. That was a game 7, bro. What's Steph's numbers in game 7? And then show me Jimmy's.
It's kind of abstract because he's averaging 32, but he has a 50-point game.
Okay.
Out of 5.
Okay. So show me Jimmy's. I guarantee you it's like 20 points.
Against the Cavaliers in 2016.
Show me Jimmy.
Hold on, I haven't looked it up yet. Against the Cavaliers in 2016, he was 17-5-2.
Yeah, that was bad.
And he freaking
bad game.
Bricked the last 8 shots of the game.
That was a bad game. Now look up Jimmy's. See, you're trying to freaking control the narrative.
He's 2-1.
He's averaging 32 in game 7.
All I'm saying is
he's averaging 32. I want to hear Jimmy's stats. I want to hear Jimmy's. Because I guarantee you it's like 20 points a game. We overrate him, bro. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong.
It's 22, but hold on. His first one was with the Bulls against Brooklyn, and he only got like 10 minutes. So he was like a role player. After that, he had, I don't know what the average would be.
Just name me the point totals for his game 7s. No, I just don't want you. I don't care about adding it up. Just tell me the numbers for his
I want to see the average.
No, don't worry about the average right now. Just show me.
I do want to worry about. It's 26 is the average.
Okay. Shooting what percent?
Shooting, 44, but that's again with the other one where he averaged 30%.
And how many shots did he shoot? How many shots did he have that game where he had 10 points or 10 minutes?
10. He was 3 for 10. That's why he shot 30.
Okay, that doesn't really affect it when it comes down to it. He shot 44%. That's like, okay.
No,
listen,
3 for 10.
We overrate him a little bit, man. We overrate him a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Against Boston last year, he had 35 and 9 off 54% shooting.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. LeBron dropped 40 against the Nuggets in Game 4, and they still didn't win the game. You know why? Because the others didn't step up. The others right now are carrying Miami.
Every superstar has help, and you try to, and this all started because you were trying to say his others were better than Tatum's, which is a complete blasphemy. And you said that the Celtics had the best supporting cast.
You just said blasphemy, like
hold on,
blasphemy.
And you said that the Celtics had the best supporting cast in the entire NBA. Now you're backtracking and saying, well, actually, Jimmy Butler's does.
The Heat are playing like it.
No, they aren't.
That's why. How are they not playing like the best freaking?
Jason Tatum has Jaylen Brown.
They had an undrafted player drop 26 in a game 7.
Jason Tatum has Jaylen Brown, who's 1B, Not Terry Rozier. You got that stuck in my head.
Al Horford, Marcus Smart,
Marcus
Robert
Smart,
Williams.
defensive player of the year.
They weren't playing well.
I don't care.
They weren't.
That's
playing
on
well.
them.
Yeah, the Heat are the
You
others
know who
for
else
the
didn't
Heat
play
are
well?
carrying.
Jason Tatum.
You insert LeBron on this Heat team, bro. They're the favorite.
That's
With how the freaking
they don't beat this Knicks. They
supporting
don't beat
cast
the
is
Bucks.
playing.
I don't see LeBron dropping 53.
No, that was special.
They don't
That
beat
was-
the Bucks.
That was special.
Yeah, they definitely don't beat the Bucks.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm good with that. You.
Oh yeah, man.
All right. Hey guys, welcome.
Fiery one today. We had
That's
some
all for
energy.
episode 64 of the Good Point Bro podcast. As you guys know, my name's Kane. This is my other bro Cam.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep, baby. Check us out on Instagram at Good Point Bro, on TikTok at goodpoint.bro. As you guys know, on YouTube at the Good Point Bro podcast. Check out our clips, full episodes, whatever else. We'll see you in the next one. All right, it's gonna be fun.
Peace.
Later.